Well, yeah, all you had to do was ask, the fish said, taking a step back from Pancake and almost stepping on a bunny. Pancake gazed into the fish's eyes, its uncorrelated shifting globes of vision. The eyes twitched for a few moments, then suddenly locked on Pancake as a shadow came over both the girl and the mother. The mother Westerfish grinned, as much as a fish can, that is, then chuckled. Yes, you only had to ask me to wait for my mate. For us, my dear, flubbed a male fishy voice. Oh yes, king of the Westerfish, for us, indeed. This will be a Fishmas feast worth remembering, the mother said, taking a step towards Pancake. What half do you want, heads or tails? Oh, either or, dear, as long as it is for us, the male boasted. And all things are for us, and all things are created for the purest of pure motives, us, and our benefit. He took a step closer to Pancake. Did you hear that, girl? Our joy and happiness in life is the purpose for which all things exist, so you exist to make us happy. The pursuit of happiness is the pursuit of us, so do you wish to be happy, candy child? The father fish licked his lips, then answered himself. Of course you wish to be happy. Come on into our mouths. Wait, I have something to ask you, Pancake said, shivering in fear at the sights before her, and listening to the fierce cries of bunnies and candy people that filled the surrounding area. The king grinned. Okay, candy child, please my hearing with your pleas for mercy. No, I don't wish for mercy. I accept that I am to die for your pleasure, Pancake muttered, trembling in fear as she stalled, searching for the key on the father fish. Where was it? How, Pancake said, did you successfully overtake the islands of the east? I mean, Pancake stuttered. What an undertaking. The father fish chuckled, his scales rippling the sunlight. Wow, you are the first to recognize that you are for us. You merit hearing of our miraculous overtaking of the islands, indeed. It was fierce for us. It was triumphant for us, the mother added. It was fulfilling for us, the two said in unison. Then the father began his rambling tale. Now let me begin by how he killed the Easter bunny. It was... Gazing upon the babbling fish, Pancake searched for the key. Where could it be? The girl looked to all around the fish, but the key was neither linked to a chain on his ankles or legs, nor was the key attached to his tail. None of the father fish's fins flaunted a jiggling key, and all other parts of him didn't have a key for Pancake to see. Where could it be? Seamlessly and seemingly endlessly, the father rambled. So Dark Lord Jane ordered us to... So Pancake smiled in spite of her fear, ever so often and often ever so, to reassure the fish she was listening thoroughly. Where could the key be? The girl smiled again, starting to frantically search for the key. Was it not on the fish? Was it somewhere else? Pancake's eyes darted up, down, left, right, and all diagonal directions, too, looking for the item she wished to ensue. Nowhere to be found. Girl, the father bellowed. Girl, were you listening? Oh, yes, sorry, Pancake responded, giving a grin. Are you sure? Your eyes were darting up, down, left, right, and all diagonal directions, too, the father fish retorted. Yes, I am sure, fully and wholly sure, and I am sure I won't want to miss a moment of your story, Pancake chimed, still shivering in nervous fear. Yes, of course. Now where was I? The massive fish opened and closed his mouth in thought. Ah, yes, the key to the control room. That is where I left off. Yes, after conquering the islands, Dark Lord Jane entrusted us with one of the keys to the control room. Pancake listened closely, and the fish spoke boldly. So I put the key in the safest place I knew, my mouth. And despite the poor piercer being puked on, I had my uvula, you know, the punching bag thingy, pierced. And the key now serves as a nice uvula ring. The fish paused, fidgeting with the key with his tongue, while Pancake silently rejoiced in her head. The fish then continued, "But yes, young girl, that is our story, a tale of conquering death and a key." "Wow, that is incredible," Pancake said, putting off a look of awe and keeping in her joy. She knew where the key was, but how could she get away, and how could she get the key? The girl spoke again. "That is a crazy feat, and so well executed." Indeed, the father agreed, then looked to his mate. "Now, dear, are you ready to have our Fishmas breakfast? It is the most important meal of the day." "Oh, yes, quite ready, quite." "You go first for us," the mother chimed. "All right, ready, Candy Child?" "Candy Child, what are you doing? Don't run off!" the father calmly commanded as Pancake attempted to escape. "Nope, nope, nope. You are for us, child," the father said as he took one step, caught up to Pancake, and quickly scooped her up in his mouth. "You are for us." Inside the fish's mouth, Pancake gagged on the stench and rotting and stinking in the wet, tongue-filled pit. Shaking with fear and disgust, Pancake tensed, readying for the fish to gulp her down, but no attempt to swallow came. She was just held in the nasty mouth cave, like a hard candy being savored. The father fish's voice filled the room. "Dear, I have our breakfast. I will bring her up to the front of my mouth, so we can have her in halves." Pancake tensed once more, but was soothed by the mother's response. Let me get ready for this. This is Fishmas, and I want it to be special." "Okay, dear, this is special for us." "Indeed," the father agreed. She had time. Pancake had time to figure something out. "The key," she whispered to herself. "I can get to the key." With no time to spare, the girl stood up and began running to the back of the mouth, but tripped and fell. "Sloth goat dung," she muttered as she looked to the continually opening and closing mouth of the fish. The father never fully closed his mouth, but he perpetually raised and lowered his jaw like a fish in water eating algae. More and less light came in as up and down the floor went with the jaw's movement, so Pancake traveled more carefully. Sloshes and squishes coupled each step on the fish's tongue, and hope of retrieving the key grew with each step, too. In the back of the mouth, a massive wet bag hung from the ceiling, and on its tip a golden key gleamed in the ever-varying amounts of sunlight, shining brilliantly. Finally, after many sloshy and squishy steps, Pancake approached the key, looking at the wet metal piece as it dripped saliva from the uvula. A piercing in the bag had the key hanging from it. Only a screw-like mechanism going through the key's ring held it in place. Pancake grimaced. "Ugh, disgusting." She stuck out her hand, saying, you can do it, no matter how gross, just unscrew it." The girl shivered at the touch of the warm metal and squirmed, her hand soon being covered by saliva itself. "Just unscrew it," Pancake coached, almost gagging. Right as Pancake began unscrewing, the father fish lunged forward, opening his mouth widely and gagging from the disturbance of his uvula. In desperation, Pancake grabbed a hold of the bag, hoping not to fall out of the fish's mouth, and in consequence, the father fish gagged more and more, soon began wheezing galore. Frantically, grasping to her safe hold with one hand, Pancake tried to unscrew the screw as fast as she could unscrew, yet the shrewd metal mechanism slipped in her hands. Come on, Pancake said, urging herself on in fear of the potential puke to come. "You stupid screw!" Fearfully frustrated, she took the metal piece, only making matters worse. She shook the metal piece, only making matters worse. "Come on!" She angrily continued to try to unscrew it, and right as she thought the nut was at the end of the screw's thread, a massive gurgling sound arose from the back of the fish's throat. "You stupid key, let's go!" Finally, after having fought the urge for far too many moments, the father fish let out a massively monstrous, mightily massive, and monstrously mighty sneeze. Achoo! Screamed the father fish, throwing Pancake from his mouth and into the air. In mere moments, Pancake went from thieving in a fish's mouth, flying in the air space, and colliding into Patrick the Frog.
Pancake, are you okay?
The frog croaked, sticking out his tongue to catch a smaller westerfish. Struggling, Pancake stood. Yes, I am. The girl paused, swaying to the right, then the left, and then successfully coordinating herself. I am fine.
You sure? You look awful.
Your hand is all wet and it's swelling up, Patrick worried. Pancake looked down to her swelling, blistering, keyless hand. No, I am fine. I found where the key is. Inside the father westerfish. And I almost had it! Pancake threw her hands in the air. I was so close! Not even a Clark's stomach away from getting the key, all on my own! Patrick shot out his tongue again, successfully capturing another fish.
Well, perhaps you can try again.
Yeah, said Steve as Gertrude happened to run by, his voice getting dimmer with each moment. You know what they say, try again. Yeah, listen to Steve the Grand, Waffles the candy person chimed as he chucked a carrot at a westerfish's eye. I would if I knew another way, Pancake muttered, wiping the saliva from her hand onto her pants, and looking to Patrick as his mouth gaped open and his tongue snatched yet another fish. If I knew another way, Pancake repeated softly to herself, thinking. Yes, can I help you? Said a random rabbit. What? Pancake said. What are you talking about? Oh, you said that knowing another way would help you, the bunny said. My name is Way, so I just thought I could be of service. No, Rabbit, that's not what I meant, Pancake yelled, pounding her fist on her thighs in frustration. Okay, I just wanted to be mindful of others is all, but I'll be on my way then, Way the rabbit said, then continued. That is to say that I will go continue fighting, and not to say I own someone named Way on which I ride upon. Yes, I got it, Pancake sighed, going back into thought. Another way. So the girl thought and thought for only moments until something Way the rabbit said jogged her mind. Yes, he said he wanted to be mindful. That's it! Mindful food! We have to feed the father fish mindful food, and because he loves himself so much, he will become completely immobilized! So without further delay, Pancake requested entry into Patrick's mouth, and without any dismay at the request, the frog allowed her entry. And as she entered, Pancake heard the loud echoes of battle, and when she listened closely, the girl heard the singing of the backpack and the clanging of the boy's sword in the midst of the cries of rabbits, fish, and candy people.